Hi and welcome to this Key Learning Initiative video. Today's topic is highest common factor and lowest common multiple using inspection and multiples and factors. Before we get going, please like and share and join my channel if you haven't already so that you can get more and more content. But let's get going. Two definitions. When I talk about HCF, it's highest common factor. HCF is obviously the abbreviation for it, and what that actually means is the highest number that will divide into the given two or more numbers. Okay, the highest number that divides into. My second definition is LCM, or lowest common multiple, and the lowest number that the given numbers will divide into. So I've got two numbers or three numbers. What is the lowest number that they will divide into? Now there's often a bit of confusion here because your HCF is often lower than your LCM. Sometimes it's the same, otherwise it's lower, and so people get confused. Remember, although it says highest and lowest, normally your highest common factor is smaller than your lowest common multiple. Let's do some examples to see how these things work. So, calculate the HCF and LCM of the following numbers by inspection. Now, inspection means just looking at it and writing down the answer. We don't have to show any working out. So, let's have a look. My first question is 9 and 12. Highest common factor. What is the highest number that divides into both 9 and 12? Well, let's see. 1 goes into both of them. Does 2 go into 9? Hopefully you can see it doesn't. Does 3 go into 9? Yes, it does. Does 3 go into 12? Yes, it does. Does 4 go into 9? No, it doesn't. Does 5? No. Does 6? No. 7? No. 8? No. 9, does 9 go into 9? Yes, it does. Does 9 go into 12? No, it doesn't. So, my HCF is 3 because 3 is the highest number that goes into both 9 and 12. Next, we look at the lowest common multiple. What is the lowest number that both 12 and 9 divide into? To do this, we take our larger of the two. So we take 12. Does 9 go into 12? No, it doesn't. Then we take 12. 12 times 2 is 24. Does 9 go into 24? No, it doesn't. Okay, 12 times 3 is 36. Does 9 go into 36? Yes, it does. And so my lowest common multiple is 36. Example 2, 10 and 15, and we've got to work out the HCF and the LCM. So for my HCF, I'm looking for the highest number that divides into both 10 and 15. So 1 goes into both, 2 goes into 10 but not 15, 3 goes into 15 but not 10, 4 doesn't go into either of them. 5, yes, 5 goes into 10 and 5 goes into 15. 6 doesn't go into 10, 7 doesn't go into 10, 8 or 9 don't go into 10. We check 10. Does 10 go into 10? Yes, it does. Does 10 go into 15? No, it doesn't. So the highest common factor, the highest number that goes into both 10 and 15 is 5. Then my lowest common multiple. What is the lowest number that 10 and 15 divide into? So again, we take the bigger of the two numbers, which is 15, and we ask, does 10 go into 15? No, it doesn't. So then we look at 15 times 2 is 30. Does 10 go into 30? Yes, it does. And so my lowest common multiple is 30. Example number 3. 6 and 12. Now I want to look at my highest common factor. What number divides into both 6 and 12 and is the highest. Okay, so 1 goes into both 6 and 12, 2 goes into both 6 and 12, 3 goes into both 6 and 12, 4 doesn't, 5 doesn't. Alright, 6 goes into 6, yes it does. And does 6 go into 12? Yes it does. And so my highest common factor is 6. Let's look at our lowest common multiple. What is the lowest number that both 6 and 12 divide into? So I take my larger of the two numbers, which is 12, and I ask, does 6 divide into 12? Yes it does. And so my lowest common multiple is 12, because both 6 and 12 divide into 12. Number 4. Now I've got 3 numbers that we have to look at. 4, 6, and 12. And for our highest common factor, we ask, which is the highest number that divides into all 3? Well, to start off, 1 does. Now, does 2 go into 4? Yes. Into 6? Yes. And into 12? Yes. 3? No, that doesn't go into 4. And then we try 4. 4 goes into 4, but 4 doesn't go into 6. And so my highest common factor is 2. Then for my lowest common multiple, what is the lowest number that all 3 of those numbers will divide into? So we take our highest of the numbers, which is 12, and we ask, does 4 go into 12? Yes it does. Does 6 go into 12? Yes it does. Does 12 go into 12? Yeah, it does. And so my lowest common multiple is actually 12. And that's by inspection. We don't have to show any working. However, when we have to calculate the HCF and LCM and show working, this is what we have to do. Let's have a look. My first example, 9 and 12. And we're going to look at how we do the highest common factor. What we do is we take both 9 and 12 and write down the factors for 9 and for 12. Then we look at it and see which one's the highest. So my factors for 9, 1, 3, and 9, and my factors for 12 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. What is the highest number that's in both? Can you see that it's 3? And so my highest common factor is 3. Next, we look at our lowest common multiple. Again, to do this, we write down a whole lot of multiples of 9 and a whole lot of multiples of 12, and then we find the lowest one that matches. So let's write down my multiples of 9, which are 9, 18, 27, 36, etc., etc., and of 12, which are 12, 24, 36, etc., etc. As soon as I can see one that matches, I don't have to go any further. And if we look here, 36 is in both. And so my lowest common multiple is 36. Let's look at a second example. Calculate the HCF and LCM for both these numbers and show all the working. Well, for highest common factor. For highest common factor, remember we write down the factors for both of the numbers. And so for 10, my factors are 1, 2, 5, and 10. For 15, my factors are 1, 3, 5, and 15. What is the highest common one? It's 5. And so my highest common factor is 5. Let's look at the lowest common multiple for these two. Again, when we're doing lowest common multiple, we write out the multiples of 10 and 15 and find the lowest one that matches. So for 10, I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, etc., etc. And for 15, I've got 15, 30, 45, etc., etc. And which is the lowest number that matches? Can you see it's 30? And so my lowest common multiple is 30. Now, if you're asked to do it by inspection, you can show all of this working out if you want to, if it makes it easier. However, if it says show working and you just write down answers, you might not get the marks. So thank you for watching this Key Learning Initiative video on highest common factor and lowest common multiple using firstly inspection and then multiples and factors. Please like this video and share this video, and then join the channel so that you can see more and more content as it comes up. I hope this has been helpful. Enjoy the rest of your day.